is Ndagire Joanita, a survivor of human trafficking. I was trafficked to Oman in 2016.
When you listen to Joan Ndagire's story, it's disheartening to hear. Her journey to being trafficked began when she left Uganda through Kenya with the help of Ugandan man, names withheld.
I boarded a taxi from here. When I asked why, they told me that my ticket came through Kenya. Like, I have to board from Kenya. So I had to board a taxi from Uganda, got a bus when I crossed the border in Busia, and then I took a bus up to Nairobi, where I found other Ugandans who were also there waiting for their visas and tickets.
She says most times Ugandans are displayed in glass-like offices for easy identification from the people in search for maids from Oman.
No food. So from there, we went to Oman. At the immigration, they took our passports. The passports were withdrawn at the immigration. After signing in, taking our bio data, the passports were taken. So later, a gentleman came, flashing our passports, looking. There are many, so you have to be vigilant to know who is looking for you. So he came, flashed our passports, we saw him. There were 4 of us, we traveled 4. He took us to a place, office. So when we reached that place, we reached at night. Then in the morning, we were taken to a room, an upper room, which had glasses. That upper room was working as their display place. Just like you go for window shopping, that's how we were displayed. So, and also we were sitting according to our countries for easy identification. So if someone came and wanted a Ugandan, they could easily identify that particular Ugandan they wanted.
She adds that most of them are being told that they are going to work as house helps, but end up doing other jobs.
In those countries, people are raped. People forcefully give birth to children and leave them there because there are people in some families who are physically handicapped, and it is hard for them to get wives. So they will get a maid from Africa, and then that maid will bear a child for that physically handicapped person. Then you went to work as a maid, and then you end up being a baby factory. If you are lucky, you come back alive. If you are not lucky, they kill you after giving birth. Some of them are just raped. If you complain, some of them are killed. Some of them are brought back home. Some of them come back with those pregnancies. They escape by chance with those pregnancies. Some of them come back, when they have lost their minds.
The most disheartening part is the new trend where Ugandans are trafficked in Iraq and some die there due to mistreatment, as Joan narrates.
Some countries like Iraq, which is a very, very new trend, Iraq, Lebanon, God, please, people, stop taking people to Iraq. People are being treated like animals. People have been treated bad in this Saudi Arabia, what, and it's still happening. And then we have an addition of Iraq. It is too bad. People are being treated in a very, very inhuman manner. People are tied on chains, and they are battered, they are tortured. If you do a mistake, you are tied on a chain, and then they beat you It is really sad. Some some people don't know that they are going to those countries. Some people know. So my appeal to the government is to look through, companies and individuals that are practicing this labor externalization. We need to streamline labor externalization because we need it. We don't have enough jobs in Uganda. But however much we need it, we need to have a way of protecting our people. Now sensitization is high. Yes. No. I've not reached out to any authorities about the Iraq issue, but we had an online meeting on Twitter where we were discussing these issues, and we had government officials, especially from the Ministry of Labor and the leadership of WEDA, which is governing all the companies, the labor externalization companies. We had a Twitter space and we discussed these things. I was very sick, by the way. I was very, very sick. It wasn't easy to allow me to come back because I had only worked for 1 year. And normally those contracts are 2 years. However, I did not sign any contract personally because the contract was in Arabic and I refused. I said I cannot sign something I don't understand. If it's translated to English, I will sign. Because after all, I had seen a lot. I had seen a lot that had made me, before I even saw anything, I had seen how these people were doing their things. First of all, that display, and this place had their signpost, had housemaid shop, It was really bad. So because I could not turn back, because I also wanted to fulfill the reason why I left, I agreed to work, but I refused to sign the agreement.
She, however, appeals to the traffickers to quit the vice, government and job seekers to be so curious and revise some policies.
To the traffickers, you might think that it cannot come to you, but it will come. You are doing it to other people, but it will come. If it can even happen to family members of ministers, it can come to your family anytime. So you better stop before it's too late, because you know what really happens to the people you take, to the people you sell. Job seekers, please be vigilant. Travel with dignity. Stop traveling as slaves. You don't know where you're going. You don't know who your employer is. You don't know the terms of the contract. You don't know anything. They are telling you everything on the last minute. They are telling you not to tell people. Please tell people about your travel. Inquire, make inquiries. Go to the internal affairs and inquire. This person or this company is taking me here. What can I do? They have the capacity to make investigations to see that you will be safe. To the government, please, the policies that our people work under need to be changed. The Philippines did it. Their people are safe. They have holidays. They have a day off. They don't work 24/7 like our people. They have a limit of the time under which they work. So the new trend of human trafficking is very, very cunning. So you have to be aware. However much you want money, don't let your children live without a mother. I had a voice note where a lady was offering her heart to a family in Saudi Arabia because they promised her that they will take care of her children and her family after she has died. Do not accept those things because it will never happen.
In 2022, the government of Uganda, through the Coordination Office for Prevention of Trafficking in Persons, COPTIP, reported 1,200 cases of human trafficking, a significant increase compared to 421 in 2021. The contributing factors to human trafficking in Uganda include, among others, unemployment, poverty, peer pressure due to adventure, especially among the youth, and many others. Recently, the government of Uganda, together with the government of Myanmar, repatriated back 23 Ugandans that were held in Myanmar. These and other measures have been put in place to combat human trafficking. Nevertheless, Ugandans are urged to be vigilant and access more information on the jobs, people and places before they fall in the hands of perpetrators, as Derek Chigenyi Basalirwa from the Department of Human Trafficking in the Ministry of Internal Affairs narrates.
Trafficking in persons does not segregate. Whether you're a young person, whether you're a child. Remember, one of the forms of exploitation, we have child labor, we have child sacrifice, and then we also have forced marriages for young girls. So right from the children category to the adult suffrage, anyone is a victim at any point in time. However, particularly for our Ugandans who don't interest themselves so much in reading information, this affects them so much because the information is out there. Campaigns have been made. We have conducted awareness campaigns. We have gone to radios, we have gone to televisions, we have done newsprints about this vice. And by the time you interact with our Ugandans, like the case of the 23 victims that you mentioned from Myanmar, they will tell you that they didn't even know